Thank you to WPS Office for sponsoring today's video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm finally back from my break. I've got all the rest that I've needed and it's just so nice to see you guys again. So in today's video, we will be setting up my bullet journal for the month of September. And I think you guys might have already guessed the theme for this month, which is a Mid-Autumn Festival or Mooncake Festival theme, just by watching the intro with the mooncake. So the reason why I decided to go for this theme is because the festival falls on the 10th of September, and I thought it would be nice to have another theme that is related to my culture, besides the Lunar New Year theme that I did in February. For those of you who don't know what a Mid-Autumn Festival is, so a Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as the Moon Festival or Mooncake Festival, is a traditional festival celebrated in Chinese culture. Back in the days, it is to celebrate the end of the autumn harvest, but in modern times, people mainly celebrate the festival as a time for family reunions. So besides gathering for dinners with our families, we also celebrate the festival by worshipping the moon, lighting paper lanterns, eating mooncakes, and telling well-known legends to the children. And speaking of legends, my cover page for this month is based on a legend called the Moon Rabbit. So the story goes about 3 immortals reincarnated themselves into 3 poor old people and begged food from a fox, a monkey, and a rabbit. The fox and monkey both gave food to the immortals, however, the rabbit did not have any food. It then said to the immortals, "You can eat me," and it jumped into the fire. The immortals were so moved by the rabbit and sent it to the moon to become an immortal jade rabbit. Ever since then, the jade rabbit stays in the moon palace to accompany Chang'er and compounds immortal medicine for those living in the heaven. The end. So now back to the cover page. Since I wanted it to be based on the legend, I decided to just draw the jade rabbit sitting on the moon with some clouds just floating by. And below the drawing, I wrote the word September, and on the left side of the drawing, there's 2 Chinese characters pronounced as 9月, and it literally just means September. And to complete the cover page, I also added some stars here and there, and I also added an Asian-inspired border, and I guess that's all for my cover page. So now let's take a short break and talk about today's sponsor, which is WPS Office. WPS Office is an all-in-one office suite where Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and PDF are free to use for a lifetime, whereas premium PDF and other added features only come with the paid version. And WPS Office is also available on multiple platforms. So once you have launched WPS Office, you will see 4 main interfaces, which are Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and PDF. And over here, I'm just opening a new Word document, and you will notice that the interface is very similar to Microsoft Office, so it is very easy to get started. And actually, what I really like about it is the tab structure over here that kind of looks like the tabs in your browser where you can easily jump back and forth between different files. For example, over here, I'm preparing my presentation slides for my final year project. And I really like how I can jump back and forth between my Word document where I wrote my final year project and my PowerPoint slides. Besides that, WPS Office also has various comprehensive PDF functions such as editing, managing, signing, and converting PDF files. And for me, I like to use their PDF function to edit my lecture notes that are usually in PDF format. I like to use the highlighting feature to highlight important points from my lecture notes, and there's also this very useful note feature where I can write down additional information. Furthermore, WPS Office also has an app version which is the same as the PC version, and with the same login account, you can easily sync between different devices. So if you are interested in trying out WPS Office, you can use the code that is in the description box below for a 3-month premium membership. Keep in mind that only the first 500 users can redeem the code to enjoy the 3-month premium membership. And now let's get back to setting up my bullet journal. The next spread that I'm going to show you is my monthly calendar spread. If you guys have watched my previous setups, you will notice that for this month, I have changed the layout for my monthly calendar. In the previous setups, I used to list out all the dates and days vertically, but for this month, I decided to make a calendar table where each box has a measurement of 3 by 4, and below the calendar, I just drew the jade rabbit again with a full moon. I honestly really like to switch things up in my bullet journal when I feel a little bit bored of using the same layout again and again, or I just feel that the spread is no longer functional for me. So yeah, over here I just want to remind you guys that it's okay to experiment with different Bujo spreads to find out which one suits and fits your needs the most. And this is how my cover page and monthly calendar spread looks like for the month of September. Now, flipping over to the next 2 pages are my trackers. The left page is going to be my habit tracker, and the right page is going to be my expense tracker. I know you guys have been really loving my mood trackers for the last few months, but I'm so sorry to say that I won't be making a mood tracker for this month because I don't really feel like making one. So yeah, this is also another reminder for you guys to not force yourself to make a spread when you don't feel like it. Just remember that it's your bullet journal and you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, now let's get back to the habit tracker. So for this month's habit tracker, I use the graph layout where I have the days of the month on the vertical axis and the habits that I want to track on the horizontal axis. As for my expense tracker, it was supposed to be a budget tracker where I track both my income and expenses, but I made a mistake writing expense as the title. It should be budget. So what I did is I just erased out the plus sign which was meant for income and the minus sign which was meant for expenses into RM in the third column, which is the currency of my country, and in the fourth column there's a small remark symbol where I can write down what the purchase was for. And I guess that is all for my habit tracker and expense tracker. Now moving on to the last 2 pages are my first weekly spread for the month. This is the first time I'm using this layout where I draw in the middle section of both the pages, and on the top and bottom I made 4 boxes each. The top is for Monday to Thursday and the bottom is for Friday to Sunday. If you have noticed, there's also an extra box where I can write down important notes. And yeah, I also want to announce that I will not be uploading another video for the other weekly spreads for this month, but I'll try to make some Instagram reels for each of the weekly spreads, so be sure to check them out on my Instagram page. And now there's this awkward silence where I don't know what more to narrate about the spread. So I would just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for the love and support you have given me even though I was on my break. Thank you so much for sending me so many thoughtful messages, and I'm grateful to you guys for letting me just have my break. Okay, so here's the final flip through of my bullet journal setup for the month of September. I'm honestly really happy to be back at bullet journaling, and I hope you guys will be able to find some inspiration from this setup. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram and Kofi at lootengstudio. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.